समारंभां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तो पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः पारकरुणा सिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचन्द्रशेखरगुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्वम् ॐ यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थितगतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुस्वरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः ॐ श्रीकृष्णाय परमात्मने नमः अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता द्वितीयोऽध्यायः सांख्ययोगः हार्दं स्वागतम. We'll start. We are in the second chapter, shloka number 29. This is in Trishtup meter. Trishtup means 44 characters, 11 per pada technically. And please understand that whenever a shloka in Bhagavad Gita comes in Trishtup meter, it is a very important shloka. As I have told earlier, please understand, I'll do Mangala Shloka. I'm just telling this before starting, I'll tell that. And because when those days they were writing, it's all written text. See, please understand, Mahabharata and Bhagavad Gita, which is part of Mahabharata, is written text called Smriti Prasthana. So when writing those days, they didn't have your highlight, bold, okay, underline was not there. Italics was not there. So whenever they had to communicate something special, they will change the chandas. And there are so much of pandityam, so much of knowledge, that they will add additional letters or characters to make the chandas, means number of characters, perfect. And then the meaning also will come out very well. Okay. Before we chant, we'll chant the Mangala Shloka of Adi Shankaracharya, which Adi Shankaracharya writes for the Bhagavad Gita before the Bhagavad Gita Bhashya. Om Narayanah Paro Vyaktat Andamam Vyakta Sambhavam Andasyantastvime Lokaha Saptadvipacha Medini Om. So Shloka number 29, chapter 2. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Ascharyavat Pashyati Kaschidenam Ascharyavat Vadati Tathaiva Chanyaha Ascharyavat Chainamanya Shrunoti Shrutvaapyenam Vedana Chaiva Kaschit. Slightly difficult. Please try and chant, and you have to practice this a few times. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. I'll chant slowly. Ascharyavat Pashyati Kaschidenam Ascharyavat Vadati Tathaiva Chanyaha Ascharyavat Chainamanya Shrunoti Shrutvaapyenam Vedana Chaiva Kaschit. Now, this shloka is appearing at the concluding portion of what? The Atma Jnanam, or the knowledge of the self, knowledge of our own true nature, that Bhagavan started from shloka number 211. 211 was introduction, second chapter, 11th shloka. And from the 12th shloka onwards, Bhagavan explained the Atma Tattvam beautifully. And he is coming to the conclusion. He wants to make some concluding remarks. Normally, in any speech, they tell the overall goal, then explain in detail, and finally some takeaway, concluding remark should be there. And Bhagavan is concluding the Atma Jnana Upadesham by telling something that is a fact. Because finally, we all like facts. We don't like fiction, right? We all want to read fiction, but we have to live in a fact. The fact of matter is we like facts. And so Bhagavan is talking about the fact. And quickly, what is the summary of Atma Jnanam? Quickly, we should summarize because then we can keep on studying n number of times and forget the basic essence. See, the basic essence of Atma Jnanam is, first point is that my true nature is not this physical body, which is nothing but, we are going to study in the Taittiriya Upanishad, Anandavalli. It is not this physical body, Annamaya Kosham, or Pranamaya Kosham, or Manomaya Kosham, or Vijnanamaya Kosham, or even Anandamaya Kosham. I'm going to tell you in the Taittiriya language so that you come and study Taittiriya Upanishad on Sunday. So I am not this physical entity, I am not this matter principle. I means what? All of us. We are all in essence pure consciousness. It is called as Atman, Brahman, Shuddha Chaitanyam, Satchidananda Swarupam. That is our true nature. First point. Please write down all these points. Systematic study of Bhagavad Gita. And this nature of Atman, Bhagavan had to explain in 15 different shlokas, and which we made one wonderful summary called as 10 commandments, specifically for our Gita students in Brahma Vidya. You all have got the 10 commandments, correct? I hope you all are referring to it every now and then, okay? It is commandment because one has to refer to it every now, because we forget. We forget our true nature, right? Once you refer to the commandment, then you can go, oh, this is my nature, okay? So we can summarize, and that's what Bhagavan wants to say, that that is your true nature. And the reason Bhagavan had to take so much pains is because one important fact that I have not told till now. Today I am going to reveal that fact or supreme secret. Please understand that this, see, we are existent today as a combination of Atma and Anatma. Our presence today is both consciousness plus matter. Paiji, are you agreeing? Correct, no? When you look at yourself as a physical body, the mind, the intellect, sense organs, the brain, the muscles, the blood, the flesh, everything, Rutvich, we are seeing ourselves as a physical body, which is a matter principle, which we normally tend to own up very strongly and work for its protection, preservation, comfort, happiness, and everything. Please understand. Our entire life is spent in maintaining this matter principle, but we don't understand that there is something called as Atman, pure consciousness, on which this body, mind, sense organs are resting. I keep repeating, it is like the film projected on the screen. The screen is the reality. The film is only fictional, ephemeral. Similarly, this physical entity is only a imagination, superimposition on the Atma Tattvam, pure consciousness. And today, the fact I'm going to reveal is, please understand, wherever you go, even in the 14 lokas, you will only get this Atma, which is called pure consciousness, and matter principle called Anatma. Please write down. Atma and Anatma, you will get only in mixed form. You will never ever get Atma separately and Anatma separately. Are you getting the point? Nah. Did you understand? Lakshmi ji? Nowhere you can go and search in all the 14 lokas. You will never ever get Atma separately and Anatma separately. It's like some simple example. You all like coffee, right? Once you mix decoction with coffee, with milk, and make coffee, na Meenakshi madam, after that you say, please take out decoction from it. Bhanumati madam, please wait, don't jump. So after that you say, you remove decoction and milk separately, will you get separately? You will not get. Similarly, this Atma and Anatma is always mixed. You will never ever get separately Atma and Anatma. And so there is a process for understanding this Atma, and that is called the path of knowledge or Jnanam. Please understand. Only by knowledge can you pierce through this seemingly real body principle, this matter principle, and reach the ultimate truth called the pure consciousness or Atman. It's only by knowledge. No other way can you go. And that is why this Atma Jnanam is something that follows a particular process which is of knowledge orientation. And so Bhagavan had to take a lot of pain to explain this in great detail. And finally, what is the message Bhagavan is saying? Bhagavan's ultimate message is, in essence, you are the Atman. You are the Atman. So you own up to the Atman. Please write down these points. You own up to this Atman, which is your true nature, pure consciousness, and learn how to handle the Anatma. Own up to Atma, learn to handle Anatma. These are all great lessons summarized quickly for all of you, busy people. Own up to Atma. That means what? In the mind, you should always have that. I keep saying, no, like Stuti Mata, Layam Pita. At the background, in a Carnatic music concert, Sapasa is going. Tattvamasi should be going at the background, always in your mind. That is my true nature. By Jnanam, you own up to Atma. And for Vyavaharam, for your own interaction in the world, learn how to handle this Anatma. You can only interact through the Anatma. You cannot interact. Atma will not interact. Atma has no action. Okay. So the Anatma is what is acting. So you should learn how to handle Anatma. Put it in English. Own up to absolute reality. Own up to absolute reality. Shankar Raghavan, Singapore. Own up to Atman, the absolute reality. Learn to handle the Anatma, which is the relative reality. Learn to handle the Anatma, which is the relative reality. And please understand, the entire world is relative. That is why there is a great theory of relativity. You all science students should know. Ram Kailasanathan. You all know, right? The entire theory of relativity, what Einstein proposed, is about the matter principle in the world. He never went beyond the matter principle. Are you getting the point? So this relative world needs this relative reality called the Anatma to interact. And a smart person will know how to handle this Anatma so that it doesn't cause you grief. You learn to handle Anatma and own up to Atma. That is the overall message. And this has to be reiterated or reiterated, whichever you want to say, many number of times, any number of times. Even then, it will not get into our consciousness or our state of knowledge. And that is why Bhagavan called this the greatest wonder. Now, this shloka, if you see the term Ascharyam, how many times it is appearing? Now, let's come to Bhagavad Gita shloka. After the introduction, please come to the shloka now. Anybody quickly can check how many times my Guruji used to ask, please check number after time Ascharya is coming. See, Ascharyavat Pashyati, Ascharyavat Vadati, Ascharyavat Ascharya. Enam Anyaha Shrunoti, Ashnoti, Ascharyavat. 3 times it is coming, correct? Ascharyam, Ascharyam, Ascharyam. 3 times it is coming, correct? So Ramji, let us not deviate. Let's be on top because there's something very important we're discussing today. Okay. So 3 times it is coming. That means what? There is something that it is a great wonder. Ascharya means what? Great wonder. In the last class, we have explained this shloka. We have gone through Padavibhaga. I think we have done Anvaya also, no? Meenakshi madam? Anvaya is over, right? Now, today, what I'm going to do is for next 15-20 minutes, I am going to explain to you why it is the greatest wonder. First point. What is the objective of this particular class? We are going to understand why it is, because if something is wonderful or great wonder, the Taj Mahal is a wonder. No, we have so many, different 7 wonders of the world, right? Why is a wonder? People won't explain. But why is it this Atma Jnanam or the Atman? Atman is equal to Atma Jnanam. Please understand. Brahmavit Brahmaiva Bhavati. One who understands Brahman or Atman becomes Brahman. Brahmavit Apnoti Param. Okay. So this Atman, which is same as Atma Jnanam, why is it a wonder? The reason I am going to explain this in a bit of detail today is because I do not want any of our Brahmavidya students to treat this as wonder and say that no, it is a wonderful thing, so for me it is not applicable, I don't want to enter into this. No, you should not be diffident. You should not make the mistake of common people that this is something great wonder. When you look at wonder of the world, what you'll say is a great wonder, you'll appreciate and go away, correct? You will buy a ticket, see that place, and you will go away, correct? Will you try to know that in detail or try to understand or even try to become that? No. That's the reason I'm going to explain why it is a wonder and what is the mistake normally people do when they just leave it as a wonder and say it's not applicable to me. You should not make that mistake. And so I'm going to give you 3 or 4 reasons why it is a wonder. The first point is, see, it is a wonder because even though our Shastras, our Vedas, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, our traditional teachers of Vedanta teach it openly, it still remains a big secret. That means what? Something that is incomprehensible, something that we are not able to understand. Correct, no? Paiji, am I right or wrong? Huh? In spite of listening 20-25 years, because Paiji has been listening now for n number of decades, great, very, very immersed in Vedanta, I would say, Paiji for now, by now, right? Even then, it's a puzzle. It's something that we are not able to comprehend. And this is one subject where any amount of explanation does not give us clarity. And that is one of, see, there are many reasons. One reason is that is why it is a great wonder. And why is it that we are not able to comprehend? The first mistake we should not do is our natural inclination to make anything as an object. For us, everything should be objectified. Object means what? It has to have some shape, some form, some color, some quality, okay, and some other features, okay. Then only we are able to comprehend anything, correct? So this is called objectification orientation of the natural mind. Please write this down. We are all gifted with one great quality of the mind called object. Okay, objectification orientation. For us, everything should be an object. So what happens when Bhagavan explains in the Bhagavad Gita, finally, I hope you all remember the Gita shloka. Please understand, I'll keep repeating shloka also. It's not only English, okay? Bhagavan finally says, the nature of the Atman is Nityaha, Sarvagataha, Sthanuhu, Achalaha, Ayam Sanatanaha, Nitya Sarvagatasthanu, Achaloyam Sanatanaha. Is it there or not? Which shloka it is there? Please put the shloka number. Okay, so I know you are in the class. Okay, 24, Paiji. So whether you remember all the 15 shlokas from 211 to 225, if you don't remember, please at least remember shloka number 24. So shloka number 24 clearly says, what does it say? Achedyoyamadahyyoyam akledyo shoshya yevacha. Forget about the first line also. I'm telling you, I'm making life easy for you. You don't need to even remember the first line of the 24th shloka. Just remember the second line, 2 padas. Ramji, you please highlight the 2 padas, last 2 padas. Nityaha, 5 things you please remember. Nityaha, Sarvagataha, Sthanuhu, Achalaha, Sanatanaha. That's all. Nitya Sarvagata Sthanuhu, Achaloyam Sanatanaha. For details, please go and listen to the lectures. So as and when Bhagavan explains the nature of Atman as these 5 different features, what our mind does is, our mind starts, we are all intelligent people. We start grasping this and starts objectifying. Oh, Bhagavan and Gita and Upanishad is saying that this particular Atman is Nityaha, eternal. Achalaha, doesn't move. Sarvagataha, Thanuhu. Sarvagata means it's all pervading. And Thanuhu, immobile. Okay. Then Achalaha also doesn't move. Sanatanaha, ever present, always existent. So our mind says, also for example, the teacher and Bhagavan says like space. So we start imagining Atman is like space. And people start sitting in meditation and saying, now I am going to start a journey to discover the Atman. Close your eyes, learn pranayama, everything, no, do pranayama, everything, turn the mind and the inward and start meditating on some object that you yourself have conceptualized. The moment we listen to these words, our mind starts, correct, no? Am I right or wrong? Without some object, our mind cannot think. So we ourselves create a concept of the Atman and start our journey to find out in more detail about the concept we have created. And actually, one of our great Swamijis called Dayananda Swami used to say, when people go in this journey, they will come and tell. For clarification, they'll come and ask Swamiji, Swamiji, I did this meditation. I was trying to discover the Atman. When doing the deep contemplation, I heard some sound. Maybe that sound is Atman. Okay. And Swamiji used to say, see, you are not eaten properly. Some gas is there in your stomach. Please go and eat properly. That sound will vanish. That sound has nothing to do with Atman. Some other person will come and say, Swamiji, when I closed my eyes, everything was dark. Suddenly one flash of light came and then it went away. Suddenly it came, it went away. Maybe that is Atman, Swamiji. Say, that is your hallucination. You say, it is not a light. It is not a flash of light that it will come and go. It is not some sound. Please understand. Ashabdam asparsham arupam avyayam. I keep saying this n number of times. Ashabdam, beyond sound. No, that Gorogara sound is beyond sound. Asparsham, you cannot touch it. Arupam, you cannot see it. So even in your mind, if you imagine something as an object, it is not that. That is why we say it is open secret and requires a systematic study under a competent teacher, traditional teacher for n number of years to understand this. And that is the patience and perseverance you should have. You have to understand this. It is not shortcut to success. The other day, Sringaji Swamiji was saying, no, somebody came to Swamiji and said, please tell me one quick method to get this Atma Jnanam, Anandam. That's what they asked. And the great Swamiji said, it is not possible. You have to go through Vedantic studies systematically with a teacher who has studied from a traditional teacher. Then only you will understand. Then it seems they said, Swamiji, maybe you don't know. That's why you are not saying. And the great Swamiji said, okay, fine. Let them say, I don't know. I don't care. But this is Sanatana Dharma. This is our traditional teaching. It cannot be given like your instant Rava Idli mix. Instant gulab. It's not like something instant food or instant thing. It has to go through a proper process of contemplation and study. Paji, correct, no? Right? So that's the first reason why it is a wonder, because even though we explain, unless you follow the methodology, you will not understand. So what is the takeaway? Please do not make the mistake of objectification of the Atman. Please do not make the mistake of object. Sadaji, are you with the class? Are you understanding or difficult? Clear, no? Ramki, clear, no? Don't try to objectify the Atman and get misled. You also will be misled. You will mislead others also. Please don't do that. And there is a method to understand. We will explain it systematically. You follow that. Okay. If you really want a wonderful Upanishad mantra, I will tell you. In the Keno Upanishad, one mantra says, also I'll tell the name of Upanishad so that you don't need to go and search for it. Yasya matam tasya matam. Matam yasya na veda saha. Avijñatam vijanatam. Vijñatam avijanatam. Look at it. It's like a puzzle. Ramkiji, you know a little bit Sanskrit, you know the puzzle. Yasya matam tasya matam. Yasya amatam tasya matam. Matam here doesn't mean a religion or a sect, or it is a particular, it's not something. Our Patashala students, you understand a little Sanskrit, no? Yasya amatam tasya matam. Amatam means that which is not understood. Matam means mati. From mati means what? Understanding, correct? So, yasya, for whom it is not properly understood, Tasya matam. That means what? One who has understood it as something that is not an object, only that person will know. Yasya amatam tasya matam. Matam yasya na vedasaha. Somebody says, no, I have understood. It is like this. Matam yasya matam na vedasaha. Sahana veda. That person really does not know this. Purinjidilya? Our Chengote, Patashala people. If you say that I know the Atman, means you don't know the Atman. If you say I'm not able to objectify the Atman, then you will know the Atman. Matam yasya na vedasaha. Then look at the next line, Rutvij. Avijñātam vijanatam. Look at it. Avijñātam vijanatam. Avijñātam and vijanatam opposite. Avijñātam means one who does not know. Vijanatam means one who knows. So avijñātam vijanatam means one who does not know. That means what? One who says that I cannot make it objectifiable actually knows. Vijanatam. Vijñātam avijanatam. Person who says, no, I know Atman is like this. I know Atman can be made like a color or a shape. Vijñātam avijanatam. That fellow does not know. See, that's why one day I want to take Eno Upanishad, and that's a beautiful Upanishad. It's like, it goes like a puzzle. Rutvij, you will like the logic. It's like a puzzle. It leads you to the ultimate truth in a puzzling way. See, each Upanishad has got a wonderful way of explaining Atman. See, Taittiriya goes in one particular way. Kena Upanishad will go like a puzzle. Everything is a puzzle. So I wanted to quote this so that you understand that please do not end up objectifying the Atman. First reason why it is surprise and people make the mistake is because it cannot be objectified. So, any amount of open secret, no, that we keep on doing pravachanam, you will not understand if you don't follow the process which I told in the morning. You have to have karma, karma yoga, chitta shuddhi, purity of mind, proper study of Vedanta Shastra with a teacher for n number of years, traditionally, then only you will get it. So there is no shortcut to success in Atmajnanam path. Are you all prepared? Have you tightened your seat belts for the longest flight? Nah. If you go from Singapore to California, nah, one of the longest flight, correct? West Coast, San Francisco, I've traveled the longest flight you can think of, 21 hours. The direct flight is there. Like that, it is a long haul journey. It is not something that you can go, you can go and get it just like that. Point one. Second point. Now, the next reason it is a big wonder. Rutvij, please note down this point. The next reason it is a big wonder is because knowingly or unknowingly, all of us are seeking this Atman. Pargo. Whether you know it or not, want it or not, believe it or not, like it or not, we are all seeking this Atman only. No, sir, what is this, sir? You are saying we are seeking Atman? Sir, we are seeking many things, sir. We are seeking money, position, power, profession. We want success. See, we are all, see, somebody will say, I am a doctor, I am an engineer, I am a lawyer, I am a Veda Patasala student, right? I am a lecturer, I am a housewife. All of us have got some goals, right? We want to become a best doctor, best engineer, best lawyer, best Veda Pandita, no, best Grihastha, most successful businessman. We all got a lot of goals we have got in life. And you are saying our goal is this Atman? Please understand, you may be going through different professions or different status. Na Tamil solren for our Sangote people. நாம வேற வேற மாதிரி விவகாரம் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கலாம், உத்தியோகம் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கலாம், பாடசாலையில இருக்கலாம், இல்லைன்னா ஆபீஸ்ல வேலை பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கலாம், இன்ஜினியர், டாக்டர் என்னவாலாம் இருக்கலாம். ஆனாக்க எல்லாருக்கும் ஒரே ஒரு நோக்கம் தான். ஒரு நோக்கம்ன்றது ஒண்ணுதான். நோக்கம்னா கோல். எதுக்காக எல்லாம் பண்றோம்? Why are we doing all these things? You know, when you attain what you are aiming, எதுக்கோசரம் பண்றோமோ அது கிடைச்சிடுதுனாக்க, what is that we get? We get a sense of fulfillment, happiness. கரெக்டா? நம்ம நல்லா இப்போ நீங்க நல்லா வேத படிச்சிட்டீங்க, நல்லா பத பாடம் படிச்சிட்டீங்க, அடுத்தது கிரம பாடம் படிக்கிறீங்க, அடுத்து கன பாடம் படிக்கிறீங்க. படிச்சிருந்தாக்க உங்களுக்கு எவ்வளவு ஒரு சந்தோஷம் வருது. ஆஹா, now I'm கனபாடி அப்படின்னு வருது இல்லையா? அந்த மாதிரி sense of fulfillment. Fulfillment என்ன? இதை நான் நினைச்சதை முடிச்சுட்டேன். I have achieved what I aimed for. Fulfillment. And that fulfillment leads to peace, happiness. Correct? So that happiness is what? Satisfaction is what all of us are going towards. Our profession may be different. A businessman will say, let me become the most richest person. Politician will say, let me become the most powerful politician. Lawyer will say biggest, best lawyer. Doctor, best doctor. So everybody has got different professions, but their goal is happiness, fulfillment, peace. Correct? That is what we are working towards. And you will be very, very, very surprised. And what is this peace, happiness, anandam? This peace, happiness, anandam is your own true nature. My own nature, my own pure consciousness, Yenoda Atma Swarupam da is Ananda Swarupam. I am seeking this Anandam or fulfillment or happiness through various means. People go to even Chandramandalam. They go to different Mars. They go to Mars, no, different planet. They go and do so many things to get fulfillment, happiness, peace. But actually, you know where it is? Here and now. But actually, my nature, not even inside Rutvija, my real nature itself is Anandam. For Vyavaharataka, we say, for transaction, we say it is inside me, so that you at least understand it is inside. Because outside, we think you are the body. Within, Bhanumati madam, I will give it to you. Within ourselves, Enna, Sengote Padasala, Antar Bahishcha Tat Sarvam Yapya Narayana Sthitaha. Vardaliya, apna nartha? Both inside, ulliyum seri, veliyum seri, Nikamaran enanjirukku. Everywhere it is there. That is Atman, that is Narayana, that is Atman, that is Shuddha Chaitanyam. And that is what we are going towards in different ways. Is it not a surprise, Raghavan? Shankar Raghavan? Nah. Irukkum idathai vittu illatha idathil தேடிக்கொண்டு எங்கெங்கோ போகிறார்களே அவர் ஏதும் அறியார்கள் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவார் பாட்டு. புரியுதா? இங்கேயே இருக்கு. It is here only. We are missing the point and going about everywhere. And so, as we say, stop, think, act. Slow down. அவசரப்பட்டுட்டே ஓடக்கூடாது. சங்கர் சினிமா பாட்டு வருது, அண்ணன் என்னடா தம்பி என்னடா அவசரமான உலகத்திலே. அந்த மாதிரி we are always running behind something. Stop. பொறுமையா நிதானமா ஒரு இடத்துல உட்கார்ந்து சிந்திக்கணும். Only by reflection, contemplation, proper study of our shastras we can realize that. Understood, no? Second, what is second surprise? We are all going towards that knowingly or unknowingly. Okay. Now, this Atman, what we are doing is we are trying to search for it outside. It is somewhere, no, we are trying to search for it. It is actually only inside. And within you only, very, very close to you. You will not search for it at the place because you are searching for it in the most unlikely place. Shastriji, D.V.R. Shastriji, our search for the Atman is at the most unlikely place. அப்படின்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்? எங்க கிடைக்காதோ அங்க போய் தேடுறோம். என்ன செங்கோட்டை? கிடைக்காத இடத்துல போய் தேடிட்டு இருக்கோம். என்ன எங்க கிடைக்குமோ அங்க போய் தேடணும். We are not going and searching for it where. ஒரு பொருள் கிடைக்கணும்னா போய் தேடணும் இல்லையா? If you have to get something, if you don't know where, if you're not, it's not visible, you have to go and search for it. Our search is actually outside where it is not there, instead of looking inside where it is actually there. So for this, all our traditional teachers will tell one story. Whoever knows the story, please be with the story. And after the story is over, then you can let out the secret. Okay? ஒரு கதை சொல்ல போறேன். இந்த ஆத்மனை தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுக்கு ஒரு கதை இருக்கு. என்ன தென்கோட்டை ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் கேளுங்க, கதை கேளுங்க. This was a story which happened before demonetization. என்ன Venkatraman sir, you all know demonetization, right? Before demonetization, one rich businessman took a sack of notes, 1,000 rupee notes, demonetized, before demonetized, 1,000 rupee notes he took in a sack and went on a long train journey. From where? From Kerala to Kashmir, longest train he took. And then he was sitting in one place, and then opposite to him, அவனுக்கு எதிர்க்க வந்து the greatest thief, திருடன், greatest thief உட்கார்ந்திருக்கான் எதிர்க்க. என்ன greatest thief is sitting in front of him. So this fellow, 5 நாள் போனோம் இல்லையா, இங்கே from Kanyakumari Kashmir போனா என்ன போனோம், you take 5 days. Yeah. This businessman every day in the morning he will count the notes. எவ்வளவு நோட் இருக்குன்னு எண்ணுவான். எண்ணிட்டு he will keep it in the bag and then keep it below the pillow and sleep. Okay. This thief is seeing it. திருடன் பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கான். Oh, this money is so much money. One day I should take. Anyway, 5-day journey is there. I will steal it one day. That's the plan. He's doing a plan how to steal it. So whenever this businessman is not there, நான் போனல பல் தேய்க்கணும் குளிக்கணும்லாம் போனமே 5 நாள் ஜர்னினாக்க என்ன சங்கர் போனோம் இல்லையா? So when the person goes out, this thief will start searching in that compartment. Where is the flow? Where is the money? He'll go on searching, but he will not find. Like that for 5 days. Next day morning, once again, this business will count in front of him. That thief has searched everywhere in the day, night, but he has not found it. Next day morning, once again, the businessman is counting. And the money 5 days ஆயிடுது. Almost the final destination has come. The thief then he gives up. Says, nah, sir, I'm not able to find out. He asks the businessman, sir, 5 days I have been looking for this money, sir. Every day morning I am a best thief in the world. Every day you are counting in front of me, but after you are going for toothbrush, பல் தேய்க்கிறதுக்கு குளிக்கிறது போறச்சே நான் தேடுறேன் கிடைக்க மாட்டேங்கிறது. எங்க சார் வச்சிருக்கீங்க? Where did you keep it, sir? ன்னு கேக்குறான். என்ன திருடன்? புரியுதா? கதை புரியுதா? செங்கோட்டை ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். Then the businessman said, ஸ்டேஷன் வந்து இறங்க போறேன் சொல்லிடுறேன் சீக்கிரட்டை. See, whenever I go for my toothbrush and coffee and all those things, I hide the money below your pillow. ஓன் தலகாணி கடியில நான் வந்து எல்லா பணத்தையும் வச்சுட்டு அது மேல ஒரு சூட் கேஸ் வச்சிருக்கேன், அது மேல வச்சுட்டு நான் போயிடுவேன், ஜம்முன்னு போயிடுவேன், நான் வேலையை பண்ணிட்டு வருவேன். எனக்கு தெரியும், you will search for it. You will search for it everywhere except below your pillow. Look at the name. Ace thief, jewel thief. என்ன jewel thief படம் வந்ததா? சங்கர் ராகவன் இல்லையா? Ace thief, he is searching for it everywhere except where? இங்க செங்கோட்டை ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் புரிஞ்சுதா? எல்லாம் தேடுறான். எங்க தேடல? அவனோட தலகாணி கடியில தேடல. He searched for it everywhere. Like that, அப்ப வந்து he accepted defeat. Like that, we search for this Atman. This Atman, Ramki, you understood the கதை புரிஞ்சுதா? We look for it everywhere else, but it is here and now within you. நமக்குள்ளே இருக்குல்ல, நாம தான், நம்மளோட நேச்சரே தான். Aham Brahma Asmi, Aham Brahma Asmi, Aham Brahma Asmi. This is our true nature, and this nature is what? Sat Chit Ananda Swarupam. Please understand this. And once you understand this, Sengote mute la podukonga, appo neenga pesarche neenga on pannikko. Okay? And once you understand this, you see, in life we are looking for many things. Sila things we are looking for. One is happiness, peace. Another important thing we are looking for is what is called as some kind of security. Security means what? I have to have some bank balance. I have to have a wife, children, father, mother, somebody to take care of me. என்னை யாரா பார்த்துக்கணும், எனக்கு வந்து பண வசதி இருக்கணும். பணம் இருந்தா I am secure. Secureனா என்ன? I am having protection. Correct? Security. Your security, right? In addition to peace, happiness, we want security. ராகவன் கரெக்டா இல்லையா? அதுதானே எல்லா வேற ஊர்ல போய் நிறைய சம்பாதிக்க போறோம் நம்ம. கரெக்டா? The security is because you got a fear. Seshadri sir. The security is because you got a fear, right? What is the fear? That something will happen to us. Something may happen. And please understand, once you understand this Atman, Sengotai people, please put on the camera போடுங்க. கேமரா போடுங்க. நீங்க வந்து வாய்ஸ் கேமரா போடுங்க. இப்போ இந்த ஆத்மனை புரிஞ்சுண்டாக்க, once you understand the Atman, you know what will happen? You will be very surprised. You will become fearless. பயம்ன்றது துளி கூட இருக்காது. நம்ம என்ன சொல்றோம்? புத்திர் பலம் யசோ தைரியம் நிர்பயத்வம் அரோகதா சொல்றோமா இல்லையா? நிர்பயத்வம். The nirbhayatvam will come when you understand this Atman. See, in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, there is a mantra. It says, the Guru tells the Shishya, the Guru, who is Guru here? Yajnavalkyan ஒருத்தர் இருந்தாரு, தெரியுமா? சுக்ல யஜுர்வேதத்துக்கு மகா குரு. உங்களாம் சுக்ல படிச்சிருக்கீங்களா? அங்க செங்கோட்டையில ஃபர்ஸ்ட் அவரை நமஸ்காரம் மட்டும் தான் சொல்லுவீங்க நீங்களா? சுக்ல யஜுர்வேதம். அவர் வந்து ஜனக மகாராஜுக்கு உபதேசம் பண்றார், ஆத்ம தத்துவத்தை உபதேசம் பண்றார். அப்போ சொல்லிண்டே வரச்சே, when he is explaining that, one day Janaka understand, Janaka Maharaja understand the Atman and says, எனக்கு புரிஞ்சுடுத்து அப்படின்னு சொல்றச்சே, அந்த யாக்ஞவல்கர் சொல்றாரு, அபயம் வை ஜனக பிராப்தோசி, அபயம் வை ஜனக பிராப்தோசி. என்ன அர்த்தம்? ஹே ஜனகா, இப்போ வந்து நீ அபயத்துல நில அந்த அபய நிலையை நீ வந்து அடைஞ்சுட்டாய். That means what? You established yourself in the nature of abhayam. Please understand. Even in தைத்திரிய மந்திரம் கூட இருக்கு. என்ன? நபிபேதி கதாச்ச நேதி யதோ வாச்சோ நிவர்த்தந்தே அப்ராப்ய மனசா சஹா ஆனந்தம் பிரம்மணோ வித்வான் நபிபேதி கதாச்ச நேதி. ரெண்டு தடவை வருது. நபிபேதி குதஸ்ச நேதி வருதா இல்லையா? பிபேதினாக்க பயப்படுறது. பிபேதி மீன்ஸ் ஃபியர். நபிபேதி மீன்ஸ் நோ ஃபியர். புரியுதா? ஆத்ம ஞானம் இஃப் யூ கெட், யூ வில் பி ஃபியர்லெஸ். சோ செக்யூரிட்டிக்கு நம்ம எல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம் இல்லையா? செக்யூரிட்டினா என்ன? பணம், பதவி, உற்றார் உடன் எல்லாம் ஒண்ணுன்ற. That thought will not bother your mind. So the running behind peace, happiness, security, பதவி, பொசிஷன் எல்லாம் ஒரே ஒரு ஸ்ட்ரோக். One stroke of Atma Jnanam will solve all your problems. இங்க சுவாமிஜி சொல்லுவாரு, வேதாந்த சொல்லி சுவாமி சொல்லுவாரு, ஜோக்கு சொல்லுவாரு, ஒரே டோஸ் உடனே க்ளோஸ். என்ன? ஒரே டோஸ் உடனே க்ளோஸ். என்ன க்ளோஸ்? அஜ்ஞானம் க்ளோஸ் ஆகுது, ஆள் க்ளோஸ் ஆக மாட்டான். ஒரே டோஸ்ல வந்து அவித்யா, கரெக்ட், அவித்யா அஜ்ஞானம் ஒரே டோஸ். அண்ட் தி பியூட்டி ஆஃப் ஆத்ம ஞானம் இஸ் எல்லாரும் தெரிஞ்சுக்கலாம். எவ்ரிபடி கேன் நோ திஸ். And that is why this Atma Jnanam can be told in a common platform for everybody. You can be a doctor, engineer, scientist, you can be Italian, French, German, you can be Veda Padasala, you can be teacher. என்ன வேணாலும் எல்லாருக்கும் ஒரே மெசேஜ் தான். இப்போ வேதம் படிக்கணும்னா அதுக்கு நிறைய குவாலிஃபிகேஷன் இருக்கு. என்ன? நம்ம கரெக்டா ஷீக்கா வச்சுட்டு யக்ஞபூதம் வச்சுட்டு கரெக்டா அனுஷ்டானம் பண்ணி படிக்கணும். ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். என்ன? சந்தியாவந்தனம் பண்ணி தான் படிக்கணும் இல்லையா? அதுக்கெல்லாம் நிறைய ரிக்குவயர்மெண்ட் இருக்கு. ஆனா ஆத்ம ஞானம் is a path of knowledge, and everybody is open to Atma Jnanam. It is your own nature. It is not something else. நம்மளோட நிஜ ஸ்வரூபத்தை தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறது. So that is the biggest surprise. And last thing, why it is surprise, I'll tell you. When you come to know, I hope all of you one day will become Atma Jnani. If you are not, என்ன சேஷாத்ரி சார் கான்ஃபிடன்ஸ் இருக்கா இல்லையா? That one day I will understand Tattvamasi. One day I'll understand Aham Brahmasmi. One day I'll become really Atma Jnani and I will establish myself in Brahma Swarupamnu. And the confidence in the சொல்றேன் பாருங்க. There is going to be no transformation of your external features. என்ன? Please don't think, once I become Atma Jnani, சடனா எனக்கு ரெண்டு கொம்பு வந்துடும், சடனா கலர் மாறிடும், சடனா ஹைட் ஆயிடுவேன். ஒன்னும் கிடையாது. Please understand. You will be what you are, and there will be a silent transformation internally in the mind. We say in English, the beautiful mind, right? Mind is already beautiful. It becomes more beautiful. That mind will understand this Atman. So you are saying, sir, you cannot understand. Na yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. You cannot understand by mind. How are you saying with the mind you can understand? See, one mantra is there in Upanishad. It says, Manasaivedam. இதெல்லாம் எழுதிக்கோங்க. இதுக்கு ஈக்குவலண்ட் மந்திரம் வந்து மனசைவேதமாப்தவ்யம் நேஹனா நாஸ்தி கிஞ்சன ந மிருத்யோ சமிருத்யுமாப்னோதி ய இஹனானேவ பஷ்யதி. என்ன புரியுதா? மனசைவேதமாப்தவ்யம். Manasa eva, only by the mind. What kind of mind? The pure mind. Shuddhama Shuddha Samskrita Guru Shastra Upadishta Susamskrita Manahandra Adishankaracharya Bhashathila. And the Guru Shastrata Nambi, Guru Kitta Vanangi Padichi, நம்ம படிக்கிறாங்களே பாடசாலையில, குரு கிட்ட நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணி வேதம் படிச்சு கரெக்டா சித்த சுத்தி அடைஞ்சி pure mind. That the pure mind, when it contemplates through the Guru Vakyam, through Shastra Vakyam, that Guru will say, Tattvamasi, then Aham Brahmasmi into all the mind. So, Manasaivedam Aptavyam, Manasa Eva, Idam Aptavyam na Purinjikono. Iha Nana Asti, there is no two, there is only one. There is only one. Iruppadellam Iraivane, Ekamevadvitiyam, that is the truth. Purinjikongo, Iruppadellam Iraivane. Everything is God. You understand the truth. And you establish in the truth, and other than that, you will not see anything. There is in Kannada saying, Jagavella Shivamayavu. Ella Shivamayavu. Jagavella Shivamayavu. Everything is Shivoham, Shivoham. And so there will be no external change. It is an internal change. The journey is internal. The change is internal. Sir, give me an example, sir. What is the example for this, sir? A famous example we normally quote. Enna sir example? You all know, right? There was this character called Karna in Mahabharata. Karna Drima? Karna Drima? What was Karna thinking about himself? He was thinking that he is a son of a charioteer, Radheya. Correct? No, Radheya, I am only a poor charioteer son. So they are not giving me any facility. No one is recognizing me. Okay. I am always being defamed. Correct? Then there is an episode. Kunti Mata comes and meets Karna. Kunti வந்து கர்ணனை பார்க்க வரா இல்லையா? அப்போ வந்து சொல்றா, பார்ப்பா கர்ணா, இந்த பஞ்ச பாண்டவா இருக்கா இல்லையா, 5 பாண்டவாளுக்கு மூத்தவனா ஒரு பாண்டவன் ஆல்ரெடி இருக்கான். There is one 6th Pandava who is elder to all the 5 Pandavas. Okay, Karna I think okay, என்ன அப்படின்னு சொன்ன உடனே அப்போ வந்து குந்தி மாதா சொல்றா, உனக்கு தெரியும், you will know who that person is அப்படின்றா. அப்போ immediately Karna starts thinking, who is this person? Is he tall or short? Is he dark or white? என்ன உயர்ந்த மனிதனா குள்ளமா இருக்காரா, என்ன வெள்ளையா கருப்பா, அது மாதிரி he starts thinking about characteristics of the person. And he is not able to comprehend who is that 6th person. When finally Kunti Mata tells Karna, you are that 6th person, நீந்தாம்பா அந்த 6வது பாண்டவன், you are that eldest பாண்டவான் சொன்ன உடனே what happens to Karna? கர்ணனுக்கு மனசுல என்ன ஆறுது யோசிச்சு பாருங்க. Karna gets a shock of his life. Correct? He's shocked. He's shocked. So far I was thinking I am only this Radheya, this charioteer son without any status. I am supposed to be the greatest of Pandavas. No, senior to all the Pandavas. That is my status. And what transformation happened externally? Did Karna become 1 feet taller? Did he become something extra hand on the thumb? What happened to him? A silent transformation happens within himself. Silent, he takes a lot of time to accept. Oh, Nan on the Pandava, I am the eldest Pandava. And it takes him some time to understand and accept and own up to the reality that I am that Pandava. What happened? Nothing changed. But the acceptance, owning up happened. And so the silent transformation and owning up, that is the process of Atmajnanam. It is not something to be searched externally. And so it is the greatest wonder. Please understand all these 4 or 5 points I have given you. To understand, it is a great wonder, no doubt. But it is comprehensible. It is not incomprehensible. There is a process and methodology that's called Vedanta Vijnana Sunischitartha. You have to go through the path of Vedanta Shastra, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasanam. Then only you will understand there is no shortcut for Atmajnanam. Understood so much? So finally, when you traverse this path, finally the Guru will tell you, Padasala Pasanga, Guru Suva Shishanake, Tattvamasi, Taesho Anima, Aitadatmidagum Sarvam, Tat Satyam Sa Atma, Tattvamasi Shweta Keto, Chandogi Upanishad Mantra. Guru will tell, Tattvamasi Shweta Keto, you are that ultimate reality. And the Uttama Adhikari student will say, Aham Brahmasmi. So the teacher will say, Tattvamasi. And the Shishya will accept. And the Mari Varano. And the level prepare Panano. Preparation is a long process. Understanding is the smallest process. Rutvij, it is like our cooking, South Indian cooking. I don't know whether you're used to it. Our South Indian cooking takes 3 hours. ஒரு சமையல் பண்றதுக்கு எவ்வளவு 3 மணி நேரம் கறிகா வாங்கி நெருக்கி எல்லாம் பண்றதுக்கு சாப்பிடுறதுக்கு எவ்வளவு how much time takes take food to consume 10 minutes Like that, preparation takes a long time, and be on the job. Prepare yourself daily. Nitya Anushthana, Nitya Karma, Sandhyavandanam, your Nitya Parayanam, Puja, Japa, Dhyana, adallam paninde varanam. Pakkathula parallel Vedanta Shastram padikkanam. Without studying Shastras, it is not possible at all. And please study only through a guru. Don't study independently. Shankaracharya says in his Bhagavad Gita Bhashya, Upanishad Bhashya, he says, Shastrajñopi swatantrena brahmanveshanam na kuryat. Shastrajñaha api. எனக்கு வியாக்கரணம் தெரியும், மீமாம்சம் தெரியும், பதசாஸ்திரம் தெரியும். I know all these shastras. என்ன? I know everything. I will study independently. No. Please understand, this Atma Jnanam should not be entered into independently. Shastrajñaha api swatantrena, independently, brahman veshanam. To understand Brahman, please do not enter na kuryat. Study only through a guru, and then only the Atma Jnanam will wonderfully reveal. And once you get Atma Jnanam, you know what happens? That is the fulfillment of your life. You will achieve your goal of life. அதுக்கப்புறம் வந்து you can be the greatest Veda Pandita. Definitely you will become everything. Whatever you want to set out to become, you will become. புரிஞ்சுக்கோங்க. By God's grace, your prarabdha, if you are set out to become the greatest CEO or greatest Veda Pandita or doctor or engineer, lawyer, you will become that. But that doesn't mean anything, because you have attained the goal of life, which is Atma Jnanam, Brahmanandam you attained. You continue. Your prarabdham says that you want to do this job, you do the job. As long as you think you need to be in the sarvan kaman saha brahmavida apnoti param tadeshabhyukta satyam jnanam anantam brahma yo veda nihitam guhayam paramebhyo manne so oshnyute sarvan kaman saha. Person attains all your desires. That means what? அது வந்து, see, it is like this. Who has attained it cannot explain. Okay, that which has been experienced cannot be explained. That which is explained cannot be experienced. So please go through this journey, and by God's grace, today let us all pray. Kandavar Vindilar, correct? So romba the beautiful process. Stick to the process and you will get the jnana. So that is why Bhagavan is saying in this shloka that Ascharyavat pashyati kaschitu yenam. Somebody sees it as an ascharyam, as a great wonder. Somebody sees this. Somebody is speaking. Now, see, if you hear about it, tomorrow you'll go and tell everybody else, sir, I heard something, sir, it's a wonder. You will speak about it as wonder. The teacher also will explain as a wonder, because there is a process to explain this particular Atma Jnanam. And then what happens? Still some other try to understand it. See, Enam ascharyavat cha kaschit shrunoti anyaha cha shrunoti. They listen to it as that somebody said it's a great wonder, sir. And finally, you know what happens? And I don't want you to belong to the last category. Even after hearing, they say, sir, I can't understand, sir, I give up. In the Atma Jnana on the process, Rutvij, people go in the process, they say, sir, it is not possible, sir, I give up. Please don't be diffident. Be confident. And so please understand, the Guru has got a very, very, very difficult job. That which cannot be explained in words, Ram Kailasanathan, the Guru has to explain using words. That which is unknown should be taught with something that is known. So the journey is from the known to the unknown, from words to beyond words. And that is what is the greatest of the Shastra, Sanatana Dharma. Our great rishis have given this beautiful way of transferring his knowledge from Guru to Shishya, Guru to Shishya. It is not something you can take a book, open it, have a dictionary, and then say, okay, word by word meaning, no chance. The process, methodology, understanding is extremely important. You stick to it, you will emerge victorious. Shrunvantu Vishwe Amritasya Putraha. You are already that Amritam. You are already Anandam. You are already Brahman. You have to only know it and own up to it. So with this, I had take some time to explain. It was very important shloka. I will do the next shloka for 5 minutes, then I will stop. Okay. Shloka number 30. All of you please open Bhagavad Gita book now. Shloka number 30, chapter number 2. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. So far clear now, Venkataraman sir? You understand now why it is surprise? Huh? All these points are mentioned because you should not make the mistake of taking this path. In the world, we learn two ways. From some people, we will learn what not to do. From some people, we learn what to do. Varalakshmi madam, correct? By observation, we learn what not to do. From some other observation, we learn what to do. So this is what we should not do. I have warned you in Atmajnanam process. Shloka number 30. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Dehi Nityam Avadhyoyam.
Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Dehi Nityam Avadhyoyam. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Dehi Nityam Avadhyoyam.
Dehe Sarvasya Bharata.
Dehe Sarvasya Bharata. Dehe Sarvasya Bharata.
Tasmat Sarvani Bhutani.
Tasmat Sarvani Bhutani. Tasmat Sarvani Bhutani.
Natvam Shochitum Arhasi.
Natvam Shochitum Arhasi. Natvam Shochitum Arhasi.
Together, all of us. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Dehi Nityam Avadhyoyam. Dehe Sarvasya Bharata. Tasmat Sarvani Bhutani. Natvam Shochitum Arhasi. First, the overall meaning of this shloka. What Bhagavan is saying is that, hey Arjuna, this concluding portion, I told you, no, takeaways Bhagavan is giving, he's saying here, hey Arjuna, this Atma is there, no? The beauty is, it is present in every body. Every body, English is a beautiful language. Everybody, nah, Bob Sundar. One way, if you look at the word every body, separate. Every body means deham. In every deham, it is there. In everybody, it is there. Ellarkulliyum irukke, ellar dehathukulliyum irukke. English lo nalla word, everybody. Everybody, everybody. Okay. So, it is there in every person within the body. And the beauty is, it is never ever destructible. It is indestructible. It is within the body. Dehathukulla irukke. Deham vandu nashamanalum. Even if the body perishes, this Atman will not perish. So you understand, within you, there are seemingly two things, the big I and the small I. The small I is subject to being born, perishing, born, dead, born, dead. There is a big I which never dies. There in every body. Okay. I will tell you all the Upanishad mantras in the next class. Beautiful mantras are there connecting this particular shloka. Next class I will tell you. Okay. Time is not there. So, this is there in every body. It is indestructible. Therefore, Arjuna, do not worry. When you are trying to fight, what is Arjuna supposed to do? Fight with Bhishma, no? Drona, Kripa, everybody, right? See, their nature is indestructible. They cannot be destroyed in reality. What will get destroyed is the overall external body. It's a small thing. We say in Tamil, no, jujumi. It's a small thing. The real thing will never get destroyed. So, Bhagavan says, Arjuna, please do not grieve. Do not worry. Dukkha padada. Don't worry that you have to face Bhishma, Drona. And look at it. The greatest thing he has to do is to kill them. Apparapata Bhishma, Drona, he has to kill them in the war. Evlo dukkha unukku Arjunanukku. Pitamaha, grandfather, teacher, Drona, avala poi astram potu. You have to kill them. How much of worry you have in the mind? He says, don't worry. Even if physically they perish, as Atman, they will be alive. Sada? Atman, they will be alive. And that's what Bhagavan began with saying what? Gatasun Agatasunscha Nanu Shochanti Panditaha. Same consistent message. Atmajnani will not worry for either birth or death. And so, this shloka is actually summarizing the Atma Tattvam portion more in the next class. I will stop now. Okay, we got only 1 hour. We have to stick to time, so I'm stopping here. And hopefully you found this reasons for wonder useful, right? Why it is, I think 4 or 5 reasons we got. Why it is a wonder. Please study that detail. You will understand more detail. I'll stop here. Performer, please come on board. Thank you.
Namaskaram, Guruji.